Hi, you guys. I'm back with another YouTube video. Ugh, that was so cliche. But yes, I'm back with another YouTube video. I told you guys I was gonna do a story time. And I love story time because that's my shit. Like, I just love talking shit and like telling crazy stories. But this story is a little it's not different. You've heard other stories, but this is my story. So I did a voting thing on my Instagram page. I did it on just underscore JB page and Triad So Lit page, which I run. Not the main page, but the second page that I run. And on Facebook too. I did it on Facebook too. My personal Facebook. That my personal people can see, my friends and family can see. I did a survey of who wants to see me do a YouTube video of my first time. Obviously, my parents and my close family are not gonna want to see that video, but my ride or dies and my new subscribers, they want to see that juicy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I said, who wants me to make a video about my first time? And I said either my first time with a guy or my first time with a girl. And I had y'all vote. And almost, no, not even almost, on all pages, on both my Instagrams and on Facebook, everybody wanted me to tell my story about my first time with a girl. I literally thought it was going to be about my first time with a guy. Like, I was so ready to be like candid and like, I had my husband prepped, like, okay, look, guy, they're gonna ask me about this dude. Be smooth, But everybody wants to know about a girl. Now the thing about my first time with a girl, it's so weird because my first time with a girl, it's like, okay, I had bits and pieces. Like, okay, when you have sex for the first time with a guy, it's like he puts his penis in your vagina. Okay, it's over with. If it happened, if you've had a man put his penis in your vagina for the first time, girl, that was your first. I don't give a fuck how far it went in, if your cherry bust, if your cherry didn't bust, bitch, you lost your virginity. That's what it was. Okay? But with a girl, it's like, at least with me, it was like steps. It was like the kissing. It was like the touching and the kissing. Then the more touching and more kissing. And then the kissing got lower. And the kissing got lower. And the kissing got lower. Oh, whoa. Okay, so let me get into it. So, this is crazy. This is crazy, you guys. So, my first girlfriend ever, period, that I had, I was so scary. I was so scared with her. I wouldn't do anything with her. Like, I would kiss her. Like, not even like kiss. I would just kiss her. Like, little pecks here and there. And I was in high school, so I never saw her out of high school. I never saw her out of the school building. Like, me and her never had like time alone. And I was kind of happy because I was scared. Like, I was shook, you know. Okay. Then my second girlfriend, I saw her out of school. I ain't gonna say no names, because y'all know who the fuck y'all is. And I ain't even gotta say no motherfucking names because y'all know who the fuck y'all is, okay? So, my second, like, technical girlfriend, I saw her out of school a couple times, but I was still fucking scary as fuck. Like, I was like, shit, I would think I was more scared with her because I saw her out of school. Like, I was scared to even kiss her, like, in front of people and shit. I was so little. I was just like, so scared. I don't know why. I just was so timid, so scared. I feel like because every girl that I talked to, like, in the beginning of my coming out, was they were more like experienced than me. And like, if they weren't more experienced than me, I didn't know that shit because they made it seem like they were. You know what I'm saying? So I was like shook. You know what I'm saying? So second girlfriend, I was scary. I saw her out of school. I was scary. I wouldn't like sleep next to her, or lay next to her, shit like that. I barely would kiss her, you know. So motherfuckers was looking at me like, is this bitch even like bi? Is she even gay? Like, is she even about this life? I totally was, but it was just, you have to think about it. When you're a straight female, you know, and you're around boys for the first time and you're by yourself, like, it's like, it's nerve wracking. You be sweating and shit. You like, oh, okay, oh Lord. Like, what do I do? Like, you don't want to come off too fast. You don't want to come too slow. Like, you don't. It's just the same. It's the same concept as, you know, a heterosexual, not heterosexual, but heterosexual. I'm sorry, I'm getting my terms mixed up. It's the same thing as a heterosexual relationship. Because I was scary. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bitch. I was so scary. I was a scary broad. I was a scary ass broad. Okay, I didn't want to do shit. Second girl, bro. Now, in between all these little girlfriends, I had a little dibbling dabbling with, you know, one boy. But I was still a virgin. Like, I never have had any type of sexual contact with this boy, like, you know, like sexually, vagina, penis, nothing, no. But I was still like in love, you know, with him, you know. So my third girlfriend was a fucking mess, but I loved her so much. I always say she turned me out, but she didn't turn me out because I was always gay. But like, whoa. So first of all, this bitch already had a girl. The girl that she was with was my friend, and I was a bogus ass bitch because I started fucking with her knowing that she was fucking with my friend, but she was in high school. You know, I know motherfuckers ain't trying to get married and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, it's cool, woo woo. But I ended up like falling for this bitch. You know. Now mind you, all the other girls, the first two girls, they were like feminine, like me, like feminine girls. You know, they were just feminine. You know, nothing too like. I ain't gonna say nothing too edgy about it because they had their little quirks and I loved it, like that little about them. But they were feminine. They were feminine females. Now this bitch, she was a stud bitch, but at that time in her life, she was like a STEM. And everybody know in the LGBTQ plus community know what a STEM is. Okay, so back in the day, mind you, I'm in high school. I'm 28 years old. Do the motherfucking math. I'm not doing it for you. I graduated in 2011. I'm 28 right now. So I was what? Freshman, sophomore, and junior year back then. Do the math. I was in high school. And she was a STEM, but she was basically a stud, but she looked like a STEM, and the bitch was bad. She was like, and she was like coming on to me. And at first, I didn't even want to fuck with her. Like, not because like I thought she was ugly or anything like that. It was because I was so infatuated with this dude that I was talking to. Ugh. Yeah, I was so like bent up on him. I couldn't even like focus on nothing else. Like I was just so irritated about him and what the fuck he was doing. I was like stalking this nigga. Like if anybody know me, my real friends know. Like I was like, I'm a crazy bitch. Like when if I like a motherfucker, I'm gonna be on your ass. Period. But yeah, I was on his ass, and I couldn't really notice what the fuck she was doing. So, but she would come to my fucking lunch period every day. I forget one lunch period I had. But no matter what the fuck lunch period I had, she was there at my lunch table every day. For like 2 weeks. She come up to my table. And I wasn't no popular bitch. I wasn't popping. So I sat with like either by myself or with like one or two other people. Like I wasn't popular, like I wasn't lit, you know. And she comes to my table and she just sit next to me. She slide next to me, be like, "Hi," you know, trying to spit her little game, you know. What's your name? Girl, you know my name. Where you stay at? She was trying to say where I stayed at. I'm like, because she knew I walked home. I feel like she peeped me because I walked home every day. Like, I didn't have to get on a bus or have a ride. Like, I could walk home. I could get a ride, but I was close enough to the school that where I could walk home. I'm like, I ain't talking to you. Plus, I already knew that she was going with one of my homegirls. I already knew who the fuck she was. But I'm like, do she know who the fuck I am? So, anyway, So this went on for like 2 weeks. So one day, the dude that I was like obsessed with had did some fuck shit. And I was so upset. I'm talking about emotionally fucking upset. And you know how you are when you're a teenager. Be all fucked up about shit. So he had fucked me up in the head mentally. She had came to my lunch period that day again, right on schedule. And she was like, so what, you gonna give me your number today? And I was like, fuck it. I gave her my number. Not my number, but my parents' number. Because, you know, we had house phones back in the day. I ain't had no cell phone. My parents were strict as fuck. I couldn't have no cell phone. So, I gave her my number. Woo woo. Girl. Or girls. Do you know? That night, she called me. And honestly, I had totally fucking forgot about the whole situation. Like, I had totally forgot I gave my number out. I had forgot about her. Like, I didn't even think about this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, my mama called me downstairs. Like, well, I was actually downstairs cooking at that time because I was old enough to cook at the time. So, I'm cooking, like, helping my mama cook dinner. She had ran upstairs or something and the house phone rang. She was like, Jessica's for you. So, I know it's a female because if it was a boy, my daddy would not even let me answer the phone. My daddy was like super fucking strict. No boy phone calls, period. Okay? So I knew it was a girl. So I'm like, I know this ain't Trantia. I know this ain't I know this ain't I know this ain't Deidre. Like, this ain't one of my bitches. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, hello, who is this? Now, mind you, this girl, she has a very distinct voice. Like, she's very, like, raspy and stuff. So I as soon as she said something on the phone, I knew who it was. Hey. I'm like, ooh, shit. So I'm like, hey. She like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm cooking. And she like, what you cooking? I'm like, I'm cooking some fried chicken, you know. And she like, oh, fried chicken? Oh, that sounds good. I'm finna come over. I'm finna come over and eat some dinner. I'm like, you finna come over, eat some dinner? Okay, I ain't thinking too much of it, but now my body all flushed again and shit. Like, oh, my body flushed as hell. So I'm like, I told my friend such and such. I ain't gonna say her name on the video. My friend such and such finna come over, and you know she wanna eat dinner with with the fam. Now, mind you, we don't eat dinner together at the fucking kitchen table like a big ass happy family. You know, everybody going their little spaces, but you know, I told my parents she coming over because it's they fucking house out of respect. They're like, okay, cool, whatever. As long as there ain't no nigga, they don't give a fuck. Which my daddy didn't give a fuck. So she, at that time, she had a whip. So, you know, she was like the hot girl on campus because, you know, she had a little car or whatever. So she pull up to my house and, you know. So how my kitchen was, it was like a kitchen and it had like a little, like a walk-in pantry. Like picture a bedroom and a walk-in closet. That's how the kitchen was. Like, it was a nice ass kitchen, a nice ass walk-in pantry. It was dope. So I walked into the pantry to get some seasonings or whatever, and she followed me in there, and then it's dark in there. I didn't even turn the light on because I know where the shit is at because I live the fuck in my house. But so she walked in behind me, and then I just turn around, and she like right there. Mind you, it's dark, and I just like feel her face like this, and then we just kiss like, and not no motherfucking kiss. It was like a kiss, okay? Chicken still frying on the stove. It was like a kiss. At least that's how I held it in my mind. To her, it probably was just like regular day life. But for me, it was passionate. Okay? In my motherfucking parents' kitchen pantry closet. I like to say that's my first real girl kiss because it was so fucking, it was just like so memorable as fuck. So we walk out the pantry, whatever. That was the first day. That's fast forward through all this bullshit. That was just the first kiss. The first experience, she was bogus. So we was outside all day. Well, I was outside all day playing with my friends, whatever, because like I said, we was in high school. I'm outside playing with my homegirls, my two best friends at the time. We skating, we at the park. You know, we get into bullshit all day. It's summertime. You know, we get into it now. And we get into our shit, basically. But how my parents was like, all my friends spend the night. Like, all my friends spend the night. Like, my parents was cool as fuck with all the girls spend the night because we all girls. Like, it is what it is, you know. And plus, my parents knew about my sexuality. I came out, I told them about it. Like, they already knew what it was, you know. Hey. So, so one day I'm out, me and my homegirls out. We all come back to the crib, and this motherfucker was like, we had like a big ass house. This motherfucker pulled me into the room and was like, let's do something. Mind you, I told you earlier, I'm scary as fuck. Like, I'm not even, I was so into like kissing her and shit. Like, I love kissing her. And I love like her boobs and like licking on her boobs and stuff. Ooh. Like, she made me a boob girl. Like, so much. Because her titties were like fucking perfect. Like, the titty and the areola and the nipple ratio was fucking perfect. At least for me. This shit was perfect, okay? And it was like brown and a little bit of pink. It was like, yes, sis, yes, you got that shit, yes, sis, yes. So anyway, so yeah, besides kissing and nipple licking, bitch, I was scary. All of a sudden, she had picked me up from like where I was at, like at the park or something like that. My homegirls that went home, they had walked home together. They got home safe. We good. You know, parents had checked in. Me and my girl, me and my girl sitting in her car in the driveway. My parents know I'm good. They see us in the driveway, whatever. I'm in the passenger side. She in the driver's side. This motherfucker reach over and just like put her like one of her hands like in my pants. Mind you, I've been outside all motherfucking day. Like running around, playing, you know, doing what motherfucking kids do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what you doing? And then she just so disrespectfully, she like this. She like, smell that shit. Like right in front of my motherfucking face. Didn't give a fuck. She just smelled that shit. She like, and I'm like, what the I'm like, really? I'm like, really, G? Like, I can't say her name on here because she might bend me up because we still in contact. She might bend me up. But I'm like, really? And she was like, oh, I just had to check. But you good, though. I'm good, though, bitch. I've been outside all day. Bitch, I know I'm not, like, winter fresh, you know. And she's like, nah, it's not even about being winter fresh. It's about your, you know, your natural smell. Like, you good. I'm like, okay, whatever. Mind you, I'm still a virgin. Like, I've never had sex with a boy over, like, nothing, you know. I'm like, okay. So we go in the house. I get in the shower. We do our regular little routine. Eat, lay down. So we laying down. And she do the same thing. Like she just put her little hand down there. Like scoop up, you know, in between the lips. Like scoop up one of her little. She scoop up with her little finger. Like scoop up. I'm like, okay. And then back in the day, I used to have a TV in my room. It was like a little TV, but I had a TV in my room. And the TV was on. I had only like a little twin bed, and you know I was skinnier than this. She was skinny. I mean, she was skinny as well, you know, at the time. And she like went down there. She went down there like her whole body, like her. I just saw her face disappear in the cover. And when I say I was so fucking scared, I was shook. I was like, I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen? And things started happening. And I was like, okay, like this is what's happening at this time. And then she just like she put her hands like she was down there, her face was down there, but she had put like her hands like on my hands. So I was like laying flat like this. Like she made me feel comfortable. Like she was like, cause she knew, like she knew, like she knew, like I had never done nothing. Like she knew, like I was a scary ass bitch. Like she knew, like I gotta be comfortable. But she also knew like she had to like take charge because if she didn't, we would have never had sex. We would have just kissed and rubbed forever. But yeah, so she just put her hands on my hands and then she did her thing, And I was like, wow. So that was the first time. Even in that first time, okay, so that first time when she did that shit, I don't remember if I don't remember if I came or not. I don't even remember if I came. I think I was just so excited about the situation, like oh my god, like this is happening, you know. I don't even remember if I came or not. I'm not saying that it was bad or it was good, whatever. I just don't remember. I really don't remember. But either way it goes, I remember that I tried to do it on her that same time because I was so excited. Like, oh, like you making me feel good. Because I know it felt good. It felt good as fuck. But I know it felt good, so I wanted to like make her feel good. You know what I'm saying? Um, I tried to do the same thing, and she was like, nah. And I remember this quote that I always tell bitches to this day. This is what she told me. She said, this is a grown woman pussy. And you ain't finna play in my pussy. And I'm like, well, bitch, what you think we finna do? You finna just make me feel good? I can't make you feel good? I kind of felt bad. Like, damn, like, I'm not even, like, equipped to do it. Because, think about it, at the same time, I knew that she was fucking with other people. Or other person at that time. Just like, damn, like I'm not even up to par to even pleasure you. Like what the fuck? Like what am I? Like a fucking worm or something? Like what the hell? You know? It made me feel bad at the time, but like as life went on, I understood what she was talking about because I'm not fucking with no bitch that don't know what the fuck she doing. Like, cause bitch, you're not gonna play on me. You're not gonna play on me. Nah. You're not gonna play on me. Nope. You're not gonna play on me. No. Mm-mm. But eventually, you know, I got the plan on her. But yeah, that first time, girl, I was scared as fuck. I was shook. I was like, I was just like trembling. Like, I was just like inside, like not like in real life, but I was just like inside. I was just like, oh my gosh, like what the fuck is going on? Like I was excited, but I was like scared because I was thinking to myself like, what if she come up like, ew, you taste weird, like because I've always heard guys talk about girls, like I've always heard dudes and how they address females. And you know, I've never at that point I had never had sex with a dude before. So I've always heard how dudes address girls like, oh, her pussy stank, or she, you know, she's moaned like this, or you know, her pussy was hairy, or it was, you know, just shit like that at that age. And I was just like, oh my god, like I'm finna go to school next week or because it was summertime, but like next semester or whatever. And I'm finna hear about myself all in the motherfucking schoolyard because motherfuckers gonna be talking about, or on the hallways, motherfuckers gonna be talking about like, oh, JB pussy was this, JB pussy was that, you know. And so I really was scared. Like I was scared about that. But at the same time, I feel like with her, even though our relationship wasn't like the best circumstances because she did have a girl at the time, and her girl was my friend, and I was a fucked up person, and that's a whole nother story time that we got to get into because that's like some crazy shit that I went through. I feel like we all three went through. I feel like that was my first poly relationship. Catch that tea. That was like my first poly relationship, but yeah, yeah, that was like my first love, I guess. It was like my first girl love. If I think about it, yeah, it was like my first girl love who I lost my virginity to, and that shit was scary but fun and exciting and like crazy as fuck. Like even thinking about it now, I'm like, yeah, that shit was crazy. But I wouldn't change my experience at all. I wouldn't change it because I feel like I did it with the right person. I feel like I did it with somebody with experience. I feel like I did it with somebody that didn't talk shit about me. I didn't run my name in the mud, you know. And if the bitch did, I never heard about it. Maybe if she did, I mean, I never heard it come back to me. So I don't know. But yeah, yeah, that girl shit. And after my first time, I was like addicted to the shit. Like I was trying every single time like she would like do me. I was trying to fuck with her. Like I was trying to like fuck her, like fuck on her, and she was just like no, 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 no. Like she would let me kiss her, she would let me suck on her and shit like that, but she would not let me fuck. And I just was like, what the fuck is going on? But I'll let you know the first time. Oh no, that wasn't the first time she let me fuck. No, that was my first threesome. But that wasn't the first time she let me fuck because I had fucked her before that. But yeah, that was my first time, and it was a good first time. It was good. It was a good experience, even though I was scary as fuck and I was shooketh. I was shooketh, but it was good. I mean, I was at home. I was at my house, my parents' house, but I was at my crib and something that was safe for me. I was with somebody I felt like I was safe with, and that honestly, I still have love for this to this day, simply because like she never has disrespected me. Like she has never disrespected me in any kind of way that I know that niggas do to females when it comes to losing virginities and stuff like that. Like yeah, she kept it 100 with me. She's always kept 100 with me. I always kept 100 with her. That's respect, baby. If you see this, love ya. That was my first time, y'all, with a girl. Um, yeah, that was a lot. I don't know, that was a lot for me to do that video because it was like a little candid. But I love you guys so much, my new subscribers, my day ones. I think I'm at 187 subscribers right now, going into 200s and all that good shit. But I just love y'all for like just staying with me on this journey. It's been hard for me to keep up with my videos because of my pregnancy. You know, most of you guys know I live in Texas, but right now I'm in Illinois. I've been in Illinois for about 2 weeks. I've been going through a lot of emotional things, so I had to come home to my family to feel a little better. And I have been feeling better. So I just love you guys for riding with me and sticking it in with me. Like a lot of y'all motherfuckers even be checking on me. Like, you good, you know what I mean? Like, not even on no, oh, I want to see content type shit. Like, y'all motherfuckers be like checking on me. And I love that about y'all. And y'all some motherfucking riders, G. Y'all some motherfucking riders. But go in my comments and tell me about y'all first times. Like, little snippets about y'all first times. Like, were you guys scared? Were you nervous? Even girl or boy first times. Girl or boy first times. Were you guys scared? Were you nervous? Were you sweating? Did you think that, you know, the person was gonna talk about you later? Like, I don't know, do you have anxiety? Did you initiate it or did they initiate it? You know, because my guy story, that's totally different. But my girl story, y'all say you want to hear the girl story, so yeah. Oh yeah, I'm still over here pregnant, y'all. 5 months pregnant over here. But yeah, go in my comments. Let me know y'all stories and you know, little snippets and y'all feelings and everything like that. Cause I know first time stories are crazy. But when you look back on that shit, it be so funny. It be like really like that shit was crazy. Like that shit was motherfucking crazy. But I love y'all so much. Definitely subscribe. Share my shit. And you know, keep it tuned. I'll be back with y'all later. Bye.